team in total minutes when you signed up for this?
Nah, not at all. You know, when I signed to the minimum, they said nothing was promised, and that was kind of the approach that I took all year. And obviously, you know, roll with the punches.
Anything that compares to what you guys just went through in your time in basketball?
No, never had a season with this many injuries and adversity. And you know, some guys, some nights, basically like 6 guys playing. You know, I've never experienced that in my career, and I think it's a testament to the character of the overall group.
When you think about the journey, specifically post-trade, what was the lowest point that you're most proud this team made it?
Like I said, I mean, I think, you know, when we had to deal with both AD and Kai being injured, and like I said, we were just really short bodies. We had Kessler at the 5, stuff like that going on, and just kept fighting, and, you know, obviously had the playoffs in mind, and was able to kind of make a little bit of a push towards that. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody just kind of stood in the foxhole and didn't blink and gave it their all.
Spencer, during that adversity, was there a consistent voice in the locker room? Maybe somebody who stood out consistently and was a leader?
I think from a culture standpoint, Dwight Powell's a great voice in the locker room. His energy is unmatched. And then just from a true leadership perspective, I think Kyrie and AD are obviously phenomenal leaders and, you know, will guide this team where it needs to go.
How did you feel about how this season went for you personally? It was a big year, obviously, looking to the future.
I don't know, man. I mean, for me, if we keep it in a stack, it's always narratives. It's never been about play, and so we'll see what happens going forward. But I mean, you know, I came in, like I said, nothing promised. Led the team in minutes and assists, and had big games and game winners, game closers, stuff like that. Well, one was goaltended. That sucked. But in general, I mean, I think in terms of if you dealt somebody a deck of cards and, you know, starting, coming off the bench, playing, not playing, you know, sometimes it's 6 guys and, you know, suiting up for pretty much all 82 games, outside of a couple of DNP coaches' decisions, but just being healthy and resilient and all that stuff, I'd say I made the best of the cards that I was dealt. And I'm appreciative of the opportunity to even come here and be a Maverick again. You know, obviously, the end of the season didn't go the way any of us would have liked.
Is there anything in particular that you learned about yourself?
Learned, I don't know, but I'd say put to the test. I've always felt like I was pretty resilient and you know, high character, work ethic, things of that nature, and I think it was definitely tested. So I would say maybe proved. I don't know if I, like I said, learned, but definitely proved some of that to myself. And, you know, I think going out and being productive on, you know, pretty much every night, whether it was scoring or passing, you know, to some degree had some type of effect on the game and just tried to help the guys. So, you know, that was fun.
Spence, any off-season incentives that you'll be involved with in the fourth?
In terms of what, like
Community work?
Community work?
Yeah.
I typically do the Cantor Fitzgerald Day. I pretty much do that every year. You know, I raise money for my foundation and continue to do scholarship programs, things like that. To be honest, I mean, I haven't even looked that far ahead, though. Like, we just lost yesterday, so, you know, usually a couple days reset and get back to, you know, mobility work and stuff on Monday, clear the mind all throughout that week and put a plan together for the next 20 weeks on how to get better.
Thank you.
Thank you.